A thankful Thursday and a very merry, fun filled, friendly, miraculous, momentous Christmas to you. I guess I should turn the mic around. I mean, turn the camera around. Actually, I was trying to show you Lovable's cute little outfit with his little reindeer and everything. Anyway, um, I will be in motion the entire time and don't know. I already told Lynn I may or may not be here to finish up, but I'm here. I came on this morning to appreciate you all before me because I knew I wouldn't have slides or anything like that this morning. Um, but what came to me as I'm listening was a song, um, and it starts, people making lists, buying special gifts, thinking time to be kind to one and all. It's that time of year when good friends are near, and you like to find a way to show the things that words can't say. Why don't you give love on Christmas Day? Oh, even the man who has everything would be so happy if you would bring a little love on Christmas Day. No greater gift is there than love. And I'll leave it at that for now. I was listening to you all. Good morning. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you. Uh, so I was listening as I was listening to uh, Dove talk about that only salvation is said to cure, and talking about the importance of, well, salvation. Sharon was giving a definition of what salvation is, and as I'm walking and remembering that salvation for me is recognizing that nothing I see has any permanence. Nothing I see has any meaning except the meaning that I give it. And the very second that I recognize that in and of itself, it has no meaning, I'm saved. In and of itself, when I realize that
Zulma, I think she froze.
Yeah, I think she froze, but she'll thaw out, I'm sure.
remembering that this course is a course in mind training, and that as long as I'm remembering what lovable, what baby boy, come on, we're going home. Come on, come on, come on, come on. He doesn't want to go home. He doesn't want to go home. Yeah. Every time I will go, to just let go of whatever came before, whatever was. The second I'm willing to let go, I'm in a moment of salvation. I am saved from the past. I am saved from the future. I am saved and safe because the only moment that is now. Salvation, salvation, I mean, I'm moving about. Salvation is the recognition for me that now is all there is. There's nothing to be saved from. Um, there's nothing to be saved from. It's my realization, making real the fact that this moment is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. Ah, people you don't know, smile and nod hello. Everywhere there's an air of Christmas joy. It's that time of year when the world's sincere and you wish you could give more than just presents from a store. Why don't you give love on Christmas Day? Oh, the man on the street and the couple upstairs want you to know there's someone who cares. Give love on Christmas Day. No greater gift is there than love. When I'm remembering that I am love, then I can remember that you are love. Because there is no you, really. It's my perception of you. But the remembrance that I am love is salvation. The remembrance that I am peace is salvation. In chapter 6, we're reminded teach only love, for that is what you are. When I'm remembering what I am, it's salvation. Huh, it's salvation. When only appreciation, of course, reminds us, only appreciation is an appropriate response. When I am appreciating what's in front of me, regardless of what it is. When I am giving thanks in everything, not for everything, doggone it, because stuff out here, some of it looks really crazy, but I'm able to give thanks that I at least that I'm recognizing it, that I'm able to see it, that I'm able to hear the news, that I am able to watch the people, that I am able to be here and to enjoy your smiles and your laughter, that I've been given this opportunity to in this body to experience life, to recognize that God is life and I am what God is, so I am life. When I'm recognizing and realizing and remembering that I am life, that is salvation. When I'm remembering and realizing that there's nothing outside of me that is responsible for me but me, that is salvation. I am holding on to that truth. Oh my God. I'm running around and about to run around like a chicken with my head cut off. Baby boy, come here. Come here. I love you. I do. Um, uh, remembering that no matter what's going on, no matter how much I'm looking at, we're talking about, I heard someone talk about, being one with everything. And I start looking at all my stuff. I'm like, oh God, I'm one with all this. Okay. I have too much stuff, and, and I'm willing, and I've been becoming willing more and more to start purging and purging and purging, to being willing to let go, to release what no longer serves me, to being willing to not value what is valueless. That is salvation. I get these moments, these aha moments, these revelations of sheer freedom, and realizing that those moments, those revelatory moments, is the way it really is. That all this other stuff is the stuff I'm making up. That there is only love, there is only God, there is only truth, there is only life, there is only the one life. I think it's Linda who comes on during the next hour, and she keeps saying that there's only one life, and that life is God's life, and that life is perfect. That means it's complete, it's whole, and that life is my life now, now, now. To exist is to have permanence. And the breath I take is God. That's permanent. The breath, the love that I give and receive, and it's that's permanent. That's salvation. Giving, I heard it earlier, giving and receiving are indeed one. Because everything I give, I'm giving it to myself. When I'm giving good vibes, I'm putting out good vibes. I'm the one feeling those good vibes. It's me feeling and appreciating and enjoying those good vibes. Only salvation. Salvation is healing. Talking about healing is a process. Well, you know what? Let me back up off of that. The fact is that I'm already, I'll even back up off of that. There's nothing for me to be saved from. And salvation is the recognition that there is nothing to be saved from. I'm already in God. I live, move, and have my being in God. What is there to be saved from? It's written in the Bible that that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And I say that there is no weapon formed against me because I am one with the all that is. And with all the stuff the stuff that we're seeing in the news, I was telling somebody last night, I said, what's meant to be is. And me being afraid of the possibilities, me being fearful of the future, worrying about tomorrow. I think somebody brought that up. Don't worry about tomorrow. Tomorrow takes care of itself. What is there to worry about? What is there? Why am I wasting time worried about something I don't even know? How about that? It's a fear of the unknown. That makes no sense to me. I can't be afraid of what I don't know. And I realize that everything I think I know, I don't know anyway. So in truth, there is nothing to fear. Workbook lesson 48. There is nothing to fear. There's nothing to it. I'm putting the emphasis elsewhere in that sentence. There's nothing to fear. There's nothing to it. Fear is just it's made up faith. Ernest Holmes calls it misplaced faith. Fear is believing and is having faith in what you don't want. That's what fear is. Fear is having faith in what you don't want. Hi, Bob. Welcome. Good to see you. I saw you for a hot second. And greetings of the holiday season to you. But yeah, fear is having faith in what you don't want. And faith and fear are the evidence of things not seen. But it's based on what you believe. The course asked you, where's your treasure? What are you treasuring? Where are you putting your focus? Ernest Holmes says that where energy flows, where attention goes, energy flows. Where are you putting your focus? I really got caught up in listening to you all this morning, Lori, Sharon, and Dove. I got caught up in that. Thank you very much, very much. And I came in early because I could. I was, I knew what it was. I didn't have a computer in front of me to concern myself with and anything like that. Wait, I'm trying to take this phone from around my neck. Um, yeah, so I'm literally just walking around, trying to get myself together to get out of here. I'm going to Paoli to hang out with Reverend Maxine Kay and her husband, Reverend Mike Gertis. I've been invited to brunch this morning. I'm so grateful. So everybody knows that I don't have any blood relatives close by, which has never been a thing. I had mommy. I was an only child, so that was I just knew that I was an only child, and my world, quote quote, my world consisted of my mother, my grandmother, me. My father passed when I was 10. My stepfather, who came along later. And so that was, but it was me, and it's just me. And so when people talk about, but for whatever the reason, I was watching Home Alone last night. I was watching Home Alone. Can't have a holiday season without watching Home Alone and having the good laughs that go with that. But there was the one section when he was, the little boy was, Macaulay Culkin is 45 years old, by the way, 45, 46 years old. My God, ooh, that's telling the story because he was a kid. He was a little child when I was watching it. And I was already an adult. But anyway, um, um, there's that part where he's walking home and he's looking at it, a family and them having all this, the joy of family being together. And I don't know, I've never had that experience. That wasn't something that I knew because it was just, we're very tiny in the household. Thanksgiving, my uncles used to come when my grandmother was alive, and she passed when I was 25. That was 1982. But my uncles used to come and for Thanksgiving. Um, but I was still the child. It was still just me. And my one uncle had one son, and he's 5 years my senior. His birthday's coming up on the 29th. And so all that I see, with blood relatives, I'm speaking specifically of blood relatives. because I have always been fortunate. I've been just gifted that people have reached out to me to come spend Christmas with. And I used to think that it was because they felt sorry for me. Well, probably because I was feeling sorry for myself. Yeah, of course, what I think of somebody else is thinking is really what I'm thinking in the first place, right? Um, and I used to think that, but I look back, Christmases and Thanksgivings, because after I would eat at home for Thanksgiving, I would go down, a couple blocks down, the Todd Bennett family, and they shoot, house full of people, and I've always had that. I've always had that, and there's always been an invitation from someone, somewhere. I have plans for brunch and I have plans for dinner as well. My friend Kenyetta invited me to dinner. And then I get a phone call from Rita. You're welcome to come up here and be with family. She said, and I'm getting tearful. I'm getting tearful because I realize I understand that blood is love and blood don't necessarily go together. That family is not necessarily something that has to be blood. My family is here, right now. Carrie and Deb and Dove and Lori and Lynn and Mickey and Bob and Sharon and all who are listening out there or may not be listening out there. All family. Um, all family. To me. And I believe in my heart of hearts that if I were to pick up the phone and call any one of you with a real mm, feeling of need, because we know that really there's nothing, but if I were to call with what I consider to be a problem, if I were to call with a worry, if I were to call and just needed somebody to talk to, or whatever, I believe in my heart that I could call any one of you, because this is what love is. This is where the love resides. This is salvation. Knowing the truth that it doesn't, that this body or this blood doesn't determine anything. It doesn't determine anything. It's a communication device. And that, I mean, I hear stories of blood relatives and how this one no longer, I've heard stuff like they're dead to me, and I've heard stuff like that. I'm like, ooh. And although I have, a couple relatives that made a conscious, well, just one really, made a conscious decision that I had to step away from, because I wasn't experiencing, um, I wasn't letting myself experience the love. I wasn't seeing, I couldn't see beyond her body because of because I couldn't see beyond what she was doing and what she was saying. I couldn't see beyond that. So I had to step back so that I could. So that I could. And of course, if she had a situation where she absolutely needed me, yeah, I would be there. I would be there, because that's what loving is. That's salvation, recognizing that no matter what, that there's no conditions, that there is nothing, nothing that can separate me from God. It's not possible, because I am the God of my understanding. Yeah, I said it. I'm gonna say it again. I am the God of my understanding. I am responsible. God is life. I am life. Well, then what? Synonymously speaking, I am that. And recognizing that I am that, I don't have to concern myself with ego this and ego that. I don't do that. I don't. I was reading, the Holy Spirit is recognized as the universal comforter. I think that's how it reads, the universal comforter. The Holy Spirit is the right mind, is me thinking, choosing to think with the flow. It's choosing to live in love. It's choosing to see the best. There's a song. He saw the best in me when everyone else around could only see the worst in me. But there is no he. Let's be clear. There is no he. All these concepts that we're taught, because the course is talking to us from the from level 2, talking to the tangible us that we are. but recognizing that there is no he. It's the Course says that God is not in me, that God is part, I am part of God. I am it. The Holy Spirit, the Course says, is in me in a literal sense, but God, it reads, is not in me in a literal sense. It's in the very next paragraph. You can find that. I think it's in chapter 5. I'm not sure. Anyway, but not in me. God is not in me. God is the energy that I am. God is the life that I am. God is the truth that I am. That is salvation. That realization, that recognition is salvation. When something is going on, quote, quote, out there, and I'm feeling some kind of way because of things that are going on out there, that's the time for me to remember. I want salvation. Come back in. Come back in. It's written, seek first the kingdom, and that the kingdom is me. The kingdom is me. The kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of God is me. That's the way it's written. In first in the Bible, then in the Course, it's written that way. And I get to decide whether or not to believe it, accept it as true. I'm accepting it as true. That's salvation. I am moving about. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be here. Bob, you're always right on time. I saw your message. You're right on time. Whenever you arrive, it's right on time. I'm going to leave early. I'm going to have to because I'm supposed to be in Paoli by 11, and I still have to go to the market and pick up something on my way, and I don't want to be late. um, so I think I'm going to ease my way on out. I'm going to let's see. Um, what the world needs is love. Yes, the world needs your love. Why don't you give love on Christmas Day? Oh, every little child on Santa's knee has hope for some love underneath his tree. Give love on Christmas Day. No greater gift is there than love. What the world needs is love. Yes, the world needs your love. And I would love for someone else to please take the mic. Be with me, sing with me, talk with me. Take the mic because I'm gonna be moving and I'm going to mute myself right now. Come on, somebody has to have something to say. Come on, come on, come on. Somebody share a thought.
All right, I'll say something because I'm listening to you. I'm saying, that's what teaching is all about. You just stand there and let spirit speak to you and through you, and no one does it as I see it better than you. Really, you just always there. Spirit's always with you, always speaking to you, through you, to all. It's like being in your right mind always. I was thinking about that whole idea of being in your right mind is never knowing what guilt is. It's never knowing what guilt is, because when you're in your wrong mind, of course you make mistakes. Of course you're going to believe in things that don't really exist. I believe in idols, and what's an idol? Something that takes your mind away from truth. That's all it is. So thank you so much, Zulma, for being our teacher always. You are. I know you started way back, 2006, something like that, 2007, and
Somewhere around 6 or 7, somewhere around there. Yep.
and can you imagine that you were going to be a teacher, just spouting words of wisdom, without everything just coming to you and through you. I mean, can you imagine that?
I did not. I remember you telling me, oh, because it was you, you inspired me. Well, you ought to do it and just trust. You just trust. And like, well, no, scared to death. And I would have lots of I'd read a lot from the course, then I'd say a little thing or two. And I'd read something else from the course and I'd say a little thing or two. And then gradually it started turning around where I started reading a little bit from the course and having more to say because as as I began to embody it's not just words. It's not just words. This is my life. This is my life. And as it became clearer and clearer to me that, wait a minute, you're doing this to yourself. You're thinking that something out there is supposed to, nothing out there is supposed to anything. And that's our mistake. We get caught up in the idols and oh my God. I was caught up in the idols and thinking that something out there was supposed to save me. And when I came to see it, that I was simply doing it to myself, like, what the heck am I walking around in fear for? Fear of what? Fear of what? I am God in form. I am the God of my understanding. What is there to fear? Why do I think that somebody out there is supposed to take care of me, fulfill my needs? The course says only what you don't give is what's missing. Dr. Winston Collins said to me to give to myself what I was waiting to receive. Give to yourself what you're waiting to receive. And I mean, sure, there's, I know I'll get physical hugs today, and I like that. I like to, sit there with Lovable, and he likes to rub up on me. We've been given this form. We've given ourselves this form to involve ourselves with other forms, but the truth is, it's my decision. It's my decision. When Lovable, before I saw Lovable, he was just some dog going down the street. And then he had meaning to me. And that's what it is with everything and everybody. I have to be willing to give what I want to receive. And I've chosen to live in trust. I have chosen. Thank you, Dove, because that was Dove started this. You started this for me. And I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I really appreciate it. And I wasn't involved in any groups, by the way, until I came to well, I had gone to one or two study groups, but I didn't understand what was happening then. I wasn't ready yet. I had been studying the course on my own from 1992 until I came to gather in 2006 or seven. Wow. I didn't realize how long that was. And when I started looking at like 92, that's been a lot of years. But it doesn't matter how long I've been reading the book. It doesn't even matter how long I've been studying the course. What matters is how long have I been willing to practice it? How long have I been willing to practice it and practice it? And that's all the course is saying to do. Give it a try. It says you don't have to believe it. Just give it a shot. Give it a shot, and you'll find out that it is the truth. That it is the truth, that I am responsible for my life, that nothing outside of me is in charge. Not even you, Lovable, not even you, baby boy, who's sitting up with your cute little self. All right, I'm going again. I gotta go.
I mean, remember, Jesus says there's nothing outside of you. I mean, that's a fact. Okay, I'm taking Happy for a walk. I see Regis has an empty chair. Regis, would you have us believe that there's no one sitting there? Really? Somehow I see it. I don't believe it. You gotta laugh.
Regis, if you're there, Christmas
See?
at my daughter's house today. Come on over.
Regis, we would love to hear you. Everyone loves Regis on Christmas Day and every other day too, but especially on Christmas Day. Dove, why is it special on Christmas? I don't know. That's a way of saying, Regis, would you honor us with your love and appreciation?
He may not be sitting there at the moment to hear that, but go ahead, Deb. I see Deb unmuted.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah,
There he is.
Regis just came back, but this is Deb, and
I never left. I heard him.
I am just wanting to say thank you all. Thank you all for everything you've shared with me in the last few months. I just am so grateful. I had an experience yesterday. I know I'm not the one having the experience, but in AA 20 years ago, I was taught that I am the problem. And I took responsibility and tried so hard to be the responsible one and do it all right. And of course, and then I found the course and then I started learning the course lessons and I could separate. I felt the love of God. I felt the love of God. The love of God got me sober and nothing else, nothing else. And I knew that. And yet, yesterday in a meditation with the beautiful Amy Torres, the small self, something happened and the larger self realized I am not the problem. I can't tell you like what's happened in the last 24 hours. And this morning I couldn't get on the Zoom and I rebooted my internet and I rebooted my phone 100 times and I was like, why can't I do what I want to do? And it's like, because it's not me. It's not me who can't do. I don't think I make any sense, but I'm just so grateful to share with you all that big S self saw it and let go of the myself. And I'm learning and I'm loving and I'm so grateful.
Thank you, Deb. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. And you make plenty of sense. I get you. Oh, I get you. I get you. Regis, where are you? Where'd he go? Did he leave? He left.
Oh, I'm so sorry that we lost. I didn't mean to
No.
interrupt.
Quite all right. It's not you weren't that wasn't an interruption. He hadn't started. He came and he may have something to do and that's okay. So I would love to hear from anybody else because I can't. I gotta get ready to get in the car. Or let's say I may be able to I have to get in the car though. Let me figure it out. Share a Christmas thought, someone. Share a Christmas thought, a Christmas wish, a Christmas desire, what you're doing today. Lovable. Come here, baby boy. Take it off. Take this off. Um, yeah, what's happening today? Who are you hanging out with today? What's your favorite Christmas movie and why? I talk about It's a Wonderful Life. So the movie It's a Wonderful Life, um, there was a time in my life when I had no desire to live a physical life. I thought about dying. Or I thought about how I could kill this body a thousand times. I thought about it. I thought about it. Um, did what an overdose of Tylenol once. I was like 13, trying to overdose on Tylenol. I didn't die. Didn't physically die. But anyway, and the song "Ooh Child" by the Five Stair Steps, which says, "Ooh child, things are going to get easier. Things are going to get brighter. Someday we'll put it together and we'll get it undone. Someday when the world is much lighter." Um, Something like that. And that used to be my song. And but It's a Wonderful Life. The movie It's a Wonderful Life. It would save me. I used this movie to save me. There were moments when I just didn't want to. I just didn't want to live. I couldn't see the way. I couldn't see a reason. And I would watch that movie and I would cry. And even as I'm telling you this, I'm getting misty. But I would cry and at the end of the movie, I felt inspired to keep living, to just keep on, to just keep on. If he could do it, I could. That kind of thing, like the angel Clarence. I had created my own Clarence in my mind and all that. And I learned that Jimmy Stewart himself had come back from the military, and he came back very depressed, very depressed. and that he too was considering suicide. And that movie helped him to realize we never know what anything is for. We never know what anything is for, and everything is for our own best interest. We never know. We never know. Spirit is always in the mix, always in the mix, always there, never separate, never apart. If we could just stop moving into the sleep of forgetfulness, if we could just guard our thoughts, if we could just remember that this isn't a course in um, how to make somebody else do and be what they want, what you want them to be. It's a course in training your own mind, training my own mind, and how to move about. And even though people say it's not a course in doing, I don't agree. Because throughout the course, 365 lessons is giving us something to do. Throughout the course, guard your thoughts, be in the habit of engaging with God, um, um, uh, do only that, question, give, forgive. Throughout the course, because as the course reminds us, what we do, get lovable, come. What we do comes from what we think. What we do comes from what we think. So all this doing stuff that we're doing, we're asked, demonstrate that you are not an ego. Act as though the Holy Spirit asks. Act as though you are not an ego. I keep thinking I'm missing something. I'll have to walk out the door, and I want to make sure I have everything I need. What do I need? I need a charger. Excuse me, lovable. To act as though you're not an ego. And so yeah, it's one thing. I can sit and read a book all day long. I can sit and read a book all day long. When I stopped using nicotine, I had to be around people who smoked when I wasn't in the Nicotine Anonymous room. Couldn't spend all my time in the Nicotine Anonymous room. I had to go out and prove to myself, show myself that I was able to not use nicotine, being around nicotine users or smelling the smoke on people. I couldn't just sit home and trust me. I had a book. I was that person. I became a nicotine Nazi. I was trying to give everybody all the reasons why, listen to me and be saved from your nicotine addiction. I was that person. And I remember this one fellow, Barry, he'd see me coming and he'd go the other way. However, one day, Barry picked up the phone and called me to tell me that he had finally given up nicotine. It's funny how we never know what anything is for. We never know what anything is for. And we remembering that cause and effect are one. We are a cause, but we're also the effect. We are the effect, but we're also the cause. I am responsible. I am cause. Oh, sorry, baby boy. I am cause. All right. I'm going to get off the mic. Somebody please take the mic. Hi, Rick. Take the mic.
Good morning, Zelma. Good to see you. I'm not on my colder, just so you know, but I'm glad to be here.
Tell me a Christmas story. Somebody tell me a Christmas story. Tell me about one of your favorite Christmas stories. Share with me a family story or a story, something that really made a difference to you, something significant that happened around this time of year. Somebody, because I'm not able to do that. I'm muting myself.
All right, I'm going to tell you guys a story. of how I learned about Santa Claus. And I see Robert has his hand up too, so I'll make it kind of quick. So we were a very poor family. We had really not much of anything. Uh, and so, um, I don't really think, I don't even think what I thought about Christmas. I had no idea, but I just knew that Santa Claus brought presents. And my mom, uh, when I was a little girl, she made all my clothes. She made clothes for my sisters. She made formals for them for their dances. She made everything on a treadle sewing machine. A treadle sewing machine. So she would have to sit there and pump her foot up and down to make this thing work. She did it. I mean, that's the only sewing machine she had. And so I would see her. She would be, when she would come home from work at night, she would be in there sewing, sewing, sewing. And I would see her and she was making like little baby clothes. And I'd say, Mama, what's up? Who's having a baby? And she'd say, oh, so and so is having a baby. So she's making all these baby clothes. And then it came up Christmas. And on Christmas, uh, it was my grandma's old suitcase. It was just an old brown suitcase, little suitcase. And when I opened it up, there was my doll baby in there. And there were all these beautiful baby clothes that my mom had made for me, for my doll. And I'm sorry, this just gets me. And the whole time I had been watching her making those clothes for somebody else's baby, but she was making them for my baby. And that's when I knew about Santa Claus. Anyway, that's my Christmas story that always just gets to me. I mean, my God, she was amazing, amazing woman. She never went past the 8th grade in school. She grew up during the Depression. They were tough, hard times. They came to Colorado in a Model T Ford, and the lining of the clutch burned out, so they got to the mountains and they couldn't go any further, and so they stayed in Colorado. Her whole life was just hard, 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 and yet she cared enough to just put everything into making things for her girls so we could have these beautiful things. Anyway, that's my story, and thank you for listening. And Robert, I'll turn the mic over to you.
I love that. Thank you, Lynn.
Yeah, good morning. I have to tell you about something funny just happened. Cherie was here before. She was gonna wish everybody a Merry Christmas, but she had to go and do something. She just came running through the house and yelled, "Bob, come quick, come quick." Well, my first reaction, oh, something happened. She hurt herself. No. Outside our house right now is probably one of the most beautiful rainbows I have seen in a long time. And what makes that so unusual is that this is sunny California. We don't get a lot of rain. And I think this is the first rainbow I have seen in California since I came here about 12 years ago. So this was quite a beautiful Christmas gift for both of us, and I wanted to share it with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you so much. Thank you so, so much. I appreciate the sharing. Anyone else? There's time. Oh, anyone else? Please.
Well, I'll tell a story that I heard at my interfaith center the other day, and this woman said that she was babysitting her grandkids, and she was just frustrated with them because they were acting up little boys, lots of energy, and so she said to one, she goes, "Well, if you don't start behaving, Santa's going to put a lump of coal in your stocking." And the little boy was 4 at the time. And he goes, "What's coal?" And she goes, "Well, It's a hard black rock and people light it with fire and it makes heat. He goes, oh, I love that. I want one of those. I'm done.
Love it, love it, love it. That's like the the little boy who at Christmas everybody's got these gifts and big toys and this, that, and the other, and and he had like he found his gift was a bag of horse manure, and he said, "Oh, how wonderful! There must be a pony around here somewhere." Yeah, yeah, I love that. Okay, somebody else?
I just put a picture up. These are my sisters and their baby dolls and their dresses that my mother made out of flour sacks. That's she would save flour sacks, or people would give her I don't know, bean sacks, whatever, and they had the beautiful fabric. They were so soft and wonderful. But that she made us clothes out of everything, anything left over, hand me down, anything. She was a crazy, wonderful lady. But those are my three sisters, June, Joanne, and uh, Gail. Anyway, there we go. Go ahead, Mickey.
Yeah, I can. Oh, Mickey's up. I didn't put my hand up. That's okay. I just wanted to thank you, Zulma. Your just share is just so beautiful, so beautiful. I just wanted to thank you. Anyway, Mickey, it's your.
No problem, Sharon. You speak up anytime you want. Um, I just wanted to say how wonderful I thought those two stories were, both about the coal and the horse poop or whatever it was. That everything, nothing we see means anything except the meaning that we give it. We can look at coal completely differently. We've been conditioned to think that that's a horrible thing to get in your stocking. But that little boy was able to, not even able to. He didn't even think about, oh, this is a bad thing. It's not candy or a present or something like that. He's like, wow, a rock that can make fire. That sounds awesome. And, the little kid is like, oh, if there's horse poop, there must be a pony here somewhere. That's perspective on such a beautiful level. Like and that shows us that we can do that with anything. And I'm going to remember that for the rest of my life. And Bob put up, I could see this differently. Yeah, there's anything we can see differently. We must be able to. I know there are some horrific things that happen out there that it would be really hard to get that perspective on. But I love those two examples, and I'm going to carry them around forever. Thanks.
Well, if anybody has anything else they want to share, um, please do so. And I know we probably not going to be having much more of Zulma. I don't know, what anybody else is doing today. So as far as where we're going and what's going on. But would anybody else like to share? Well, let's see.
Should we play some music or a recording of something?
I'm going to put up something to read. that is one of my very favorite thing of, it's not a Christmas thing, but it makes me think about Christmas every time I see it. So I'm going to put it up and we're going to read it. We're going to talk
right.
about it. And it is
I'm
from,
glad.
let me see here, got it up there. All right, chapter 30, the new beginning. And this is a section called Beyond All Idols. And this is it. The thoughts of God are far beyond all change and shine forever. That's us. We're the thoughts of God. They await not birth. They wait for welcome and remembering. The thought God holds of you is like a star, unchangeable in an eternal sky. So high in heaven is it set that those outside of heaven know not it is there. Yet still and white and lovely will it shine through all eternity. There was no time it was not there, no instant when its lights grew dimmer or less perfect ever was. Who knows the Father knows this light, for he is the eternal sky that holds it safe, forever lifted up and anchored sure. Its perfect purity does not depend on whether it is seen on earth or not. The sky embraces it and softly holds it in its perfect place, which is as far from earth as earth from heaven. It is not the distance nor the time that keeps this star invisible to earth, but those who seek for idols cannot know the star is there. Beyond all idols is the thought God holds of you, completely unaffected by the turmoil and the terror of the world, the dreams of birth and death that here are dreamed, the myriad of forms that fear can take, quite undisturbed. The thought God holds of you remains exactly as it always was, surrounded by a stillness so complete, no sound of battle comes remotely near. It rests in certainty and perfect peace. Here is your one reality, kept safe, completely unaware of all the world that worships idols and that God knows not. In perfect sureness of its changelessness and of its rest in its eternal home, the thought God holds of you has never left the mind of its creator, whom it knows as its creator knows that it is there. Where could the thought of God holds, the thought God holds of you exist, but where you are? Is your reality a thing apart from you and in a world which your reality knows nothing of? Outside you, there is no eternal sky, no changeless star, and no reality. The mind of heaven's Son in heaven is, for there the mind of Father and of Son join in creation, which can have no end. You have not two realities, but one, nor can you be aware of more than one. An idol or the thought God holds of you is your reality. Forget not then that idols must keep hidden what you are, not from the mind of God, but from your own. The star shines still. The sky has never changed, but you, the Holy Son of God himself, are unaware of your reality. And in this beautiful season of Christmas, awaken to that thought that you are the thought of God. That's what we are. That's why we're here. And I want to thank you guys all for being here. Zulma, I see you smiling. You have anything else to say before we close you out?
That closed me out. Wow. I'm actually driving now, and they told me come empty handed. Oh, it just made me think, come with wholly empty hands, come with completely empty hands unto your God. So I'm going to hang out with Reverend Dr. Maxine K. Look her up. She has a book called what is it? Ageless? I don't know, Ageless and Deathless or something like that. Anyway, Dr. Maxine K and her husband, Reverend Mike Curtis, they are the Greater Philadelphia Center for Spiritual Living in Paoli, but it's actually in Wayne now. But anyway, and this is the second time that I'm being invited to their wonderful brunch. And she says, "Oh no, you never bring food. You never bring food to my parties, never." And so I said, "Well, that means I'm coming empty-handed." And she says, "Uh-huh." Yeah, and so it is. So I'm coming with wholly empty hands. And I'm remembering to stay open, as I ask you all to remember to stay open and keep giving love on Christmas Day. Keep giving love every day. Remember that you are love. And that the Course teaches us to teach only love, for that is what we are. In gratitude, then. Mwah! Hey, I just saw my Karen came in. Hi, my Karen. Merry Christmas, everyone. And I'll talk to you on Kwanzaa. Love you. Bye.
Love you, my dear. Thank you
Merry
so
Christmas,
much.
Zulma.
Merry Christmas. Love you all so much. I'm going to go ahead and close you out and get set up